We're now going to speak to Sian Davis, who's practice manager for Merthyr, RCT and the Vale. Sian, can you tell me the physical benefits you've seen in the service users since they've been participating in men's triathlon?
Yes, Ryan. A lot of them were leading very sedentary lives. They'd come to the unit, they'd do a little amount of work up there, weren't interested in a great deal of anything, just wanted to have a cup of coffee and a chat. But since they've been coming down here, they come in on the Friday, they come in on the Tuesday for the gardening group. People are fitter, they're eager to come down here. So I think there have been a lot of physical benefits because they're actually going out into the outdoors now, which they wouldn't have done before. They would just come to the unit and sat in the unit. So to me, the physical benefits have been immense for the service users.
Sian, have you seen any emotional benefits with the service users?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of emotional benefits for the service users. But to use Shaz that you've just interviewed, Sharon never got out of the house, found it difficult to get out of bed. She now comes to the unit 5 days a week. She loves the gardening. She really enjoys getting in there, seeing the stuff growing. I've seen her confidence grow, her self-esteem grow. She has become quite pinnacle to Havel now as a service user. But I think the gardening has had part of that because she's out in the outdoors. She doesn't do a great deal of that. And a lot of the other service users are the same. That whenever we've done projects, they've always wanted me to develop them in the unit. But of course, this bringing them out into the community, builds their self-confidence, it builds awareness within the community, and it really raises their self-esteem because they're working with other members of the public. So I've seen immense benefits, emotional benefits as well as physical out of it.
Excellent. Are there any advantages of being in the outdoors as compared to being indoors?
I see great benefits of people being in the outdoor environment. People who suffer with severe mental health usually lock themselves away. They don't want people to see them. They think they've got their illness tattooed on their forehead. They come out into the outdoors. They feel normal, whatever you can define normal as. They interact with other people. They're working, not in the best of areas. We're working in the dirt with the worms. For you to get women to do that is a real benefit to them. We sit out here, sometimes we have a cup of tea, you can see the robin coming around, you listen to the birds, you can hear the wind in the trees. It's absolutely amazing down here. We've even come down here when it's been absolutely pouring with rain in wetsuits. We've got photographs of it, which I didn't ever think I'd get people with severe mental health doing, because just to get them out to the house is one thing, to get them to the unit is a big thing, but to get them down here is a major hurdle to overcome. And it's a brilliant atmosphere down here. It's really lovely.
So in terms of the recovery process, you think the outdoors has a sort of part to play in it?
Oh, definitely. We do recovery plans, as you know, with everyone in Havel, and gardening was identified as a lot of people's road to recovery. And to me, it's part of their recovery because they are mixing with people in the community. They're breaking down stigma. So if part of their recovery is to break down stigma, they're doing it. If part of their recovery is to access community facilities, they're doing it. If part of their recovery is just to mix with other people, they're doing it down here. So to me, we're on a win-win situation.
Without men's triathlon's funding and support, do you think this project would continue?
No, definitely not. Because as you know, Ryan, but when you work with severe mental health, you can be working with somebody for 5, 6, 7 years before they'll even consider training. But to get them down here is a major achievement. And without triathlon, no, I think this project would fold, to be honest with you. I really do.
What sort of things get people active, Sian?
I think it's activities that don't last a long time. People with severe mental health are usually on very heavy medication, or they're overweight, or they get very tired very easily. And things that we do for an hour or two will work. We spoke about the walking. An all-day walk is no good for our people. They need to do a short 3/4 of an hour walk out, 3/4 of an hour walk back, nice cup of tea, come back. This project is run for 2 hours on a Friday. They come down during the week, an hour or two. The project for the women is run for 2 hours. That seems to me, for severe mental health, to be the best duration that you can keep their concentration and to keep them motivated. So it's short-term activities, short-timed activities, but long-term activities.
Right. And What does the role of the support staff, do you think, in the project? How important are they?
Oh, they're paramount, really. You have to have staff that are enthused, are interested in the project. It's no good me leading a project like that if I'm not interested in gardening. I love gardening, and that comes through. The same with Malcolm, the same with Lee. Claire leads the women's group. She learns more off the women because she's very, very young. But unless you've got that enthusiasm there and they motivate continually, then people just won't come back and they won't stay motivated and they won't stay with the project.
What do you think the key is to people staying active?
Is to motivate them and to actually do an activity they identify they want, to encourage them to continue to do it, provide the transport for them to do it, because transport is a major issue. Because a lot of people with severe mental health will not use public transport. So you have to have the transport aspect of it sorted out. And I think the motivation of the support workers, not necessarily the staff, it can be peer support from other service users who have decided, yeah, this is what I want to do, and they lead those projects with the support of staff. The staff can then step back. I've always got to be on the premises, obviously, but then the volunteer or support worker who comes from the service users enthuses more because they know exactly how the people are feeling. We are trained to do that. Luckily, we've got staff who have had mental health issues, so they know exactly where it's at. They've, got the T-shirt, the video, everything. I personally have never had severe mental health, but I work with people and I've learned a lot off them, and I know that's what they need. They need peer support.
Excellent. Thanks very much for doing that for us today, Sian. It's been really useful.
You're welcome, Ryan. Thank you very much for interviewing us and asking us to be part of this video diary. But we'd also like to thank you and Metro Ackland for funding us, and hope this relationship goes on for a long, long time to enable us to allow service users to do these projects.
It's been very useful for me spending the afternoon in Cyfarthfa Park with the service users and also the support workers of Hafal, and just to see what sort of impact Metro Ackland has on the service users and getting their thoughts and feelings regarding the interventions we put in place. It just leaves me to thank sort of the staff and also the service users for taking part, and hopefully this provision will continue for a long time.